going on, guys? Today we're going to be talking about the Caeser Cipher challenge or algorithm. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. So first of all, guys, I do want to apologize that I have not been uploading recently, or I would say constantly. I've been dealing with a lot of personal issues and work as well, so I am sorry about that, guys. But let's get into the Caeser Cipher. So I did do a video already about this. It got deleted, or I hit a wrong button and it just got wiped out. So this is new. This is a new way of doing it, and I'm just going to tell you what I did, right? So the Caeser Cipher, the question is, given a string, I want you to change, or I want you to shift the characters by the number of the user, whatever the user wants. So in this case, the user wanted to be, or I wanted it to shift by 2, and I put it in baby goat. So B is going to be a D, capital D, by the way. A is going to be a C, B is going to be a D, A, I, Q, C, V. Okay, it's a pretty simple question, but the what's it called? The actual answer gets a little bit complicated if you're doing it. If you don't know what you're doing, then yeah, it gets very, very complicated. But I want to tell you right now that this code is very different from the code I wrote, I don't know, 7 years ago when they first asked me this. I don't even know. I think it was like 15 to 20 lines of code. I mean, it was very long and it sucked. But it got the job done. So, but I'm trying to teach you what I know now. So, yeah, just take that in mind, that this is probably a very different way than you were thinking, because I do know a lot more things that I did back then. So, we created a function, obviously with a text and a shift, or whatever you want to shift it by. The first thing I wanted to do was create a variable called result. This is where we're going to be storing our results. Okay. Second thing I did was do a loop. I want to loop through the text and the length of the text. So however long it is, that's our for loop. We're going to loop through that text. So looping through it, I get the very first character of this text, right? And the way I did that was text start char code at I. So this is going to get the very first character from that. But this is a very special way of getting it, because this char code at gives you the ASCII character of that I. And if you don't know what it is, I have it right here. So take this capital B for an example. Capital B is going to give me back a 66, or the ASCII character or decimal of a 66. Now, lowercase is completely different. It's going to give me 97. But the reason why I'm using ASCII characters is because it gives us a better way of actually defining if it's a capital letter or a lowercase letter. Now, like I said, this is very different, and if you didn't know about the ASCII characters, this is a very useful tool to know that this does exist. If you weren't using it, you will probably need to create an array of lowercase letters and an array of uppercase letters, or something of that sort. I will show you another solution for this that does not have ASCII characters. Is literally uppercase and lowercase. But this ASCII does give us a way to actually define if it's a lowercase or an uppercase. This is why I'm doing it this way. And you'll see. Watch. So we get the char code of I, which is B. I'm gonna say B throughout the whole series right now, which is 66. Okay. So if text char is greater than 65 or equal to 65, because that's where the capital starts from A, 65, and text char is less than 90, which it ends at 90 right here, the Z, or equal to 90, then it's going to be a capital letter. So we're going to return string.fill for char code. So this right here is going to grab a char code. This method knows that it's a ASCII code, and it's going to convert that ASCII code to a string. So if this was 68 right here, if it was 68, then it'll convert that 68 into a string, and it'll know that 68 from that ASCII code is a D. So we're going to return a D here. But this is the most complicated part. Well, yeah, this is going to be the most complicated part out of this whole thing. The reason why is because you probably don't even know what the hell's going on. Now, there is already a formula for this Caeser Cipher challenge or problem, okay? Let me pull that up right now. And there it is. That is the Caeser formula. Now, X is a character, in this case capital B, but it has to be converted into a number. This is why we did it this way. But in this formula, they're literally doing A through Z. So let me see. A is 0, 1, or A is 0, B is 1, C is 2, and so forth, right? This is how the formula of theirs works. X is B, so it's going to be a 1. Let me do it. A 0. I'm gonna just do this for an example. B 1, C 2. It doesn't really matter. So right now, this is going to be a 1 because we're doing a B. Ignore that it's not capital or lowercase. And this is a shifter, the number of times you want to shift. So it's 2. So 1 plus 2 is 3. Mod 26 is still 3. Now, there is a definition of why they're doing it this way, and this is not a I'm not going to teach you why they're doing it, since there's really no point. If you want to learn about it, you can look it up, but just know that this is a formula, and you can look it up. It's literally called Caeser Cipher formula. Mod 26 is basically because there's 26 letters in the alphabet, and you want to get the remainder of that to actually get the actual number that it corresponds. So let's say that this was a C, right? So it's a 2 plus 2 is a 4. 4 mod 26 is 4. So therefore it will be a E. But this mod 26 is more for like wrapping around. So take in consideration Y. Okay, let's do Y, which is 25, or actually 24, since 25 is Z. It's 24. So we do Y here, which is 24 plus 2. 24 plus 2 is 26, right? And 26 mod 26 is 0, which will give us an A, which is correct because Y, Z, A shifted up 2 is A. Now, like I said, you could do a Z again. So 25 plus K is 27. So 27 mod 26 is 1. So it's going to give us a B back. Like I said, this mod right here is just for the loop around of the alphabet. So if an interviewer asks you, why are you using this? Just say that, well, this gives us, well, yeah, this gives us the actual number, in the index of the actual character. And if it's bigger than 26, which is, that's how many letters there are in the alphabet, it'll just wrap around that. So, I mean, you could explain it however you want, but this is why I'm using the formula. And we did modify it a bit up here. The reason why is because since we're not doing this 0, 1 through 24, whatever, we're doing ASCII character kind of stuff. You know, 65 and 122, 97. This is why we're doing that. And let me show you exactly what's going up here. So you understand this part right here. What you don't understand probably is this text char and the 65, the X-ray 65. Okay. So in order to get that result of A0, you know, B1, C2, we have to do text char, which right now we're taking this B for an example. So where's this B? 66. So we're grabbing that 66 minus 65, since 65 is the beginning of the alphabet, which is A. So 66 minus 65 is 1, right? So like I said over here, B was 1, right? Let me actually Control Z. Okay, so you can actually see. So it's 1. So we got a B, right? And then we're gonna add that shift. So we're shifting it 2. So it's going to be a 3. You understand this? 3 mod 26 is 3. So we're gonna grab 3, which is D. And we're adding 3 to this 65 because we know that 65 is the beginning of the alphabet for the capital set anyways. So 3 plus 65 is 68, which in this case, it is a D, but a capital D. So this is why we modified that formula a bit to actually fit our needs. I hope you actually understood that because this is very critical. If you're going to be using this for the interviewer or for the question when they do ask you this, I want you to explain to them why you're doing this, so that way they could be more impressed. Okay, so we grab the character. If it's between the capital set, then we're gonna return that capital letter. If it's between the lowercase set, which the lowercase set is 97 through 122, which is Z. If it's a lowercase, then we're going to return that lowercase. We're doing exactly the same thing as we did up there. 97. And if it's a special character or if it's not a actual letter, then we're going to just return whatever that special character is. We don't care. And we're going to just return the result. So I hope you understood what this is all about, especially this right here. And this chart code add. You already know what chart code. Chart code add is just going to give you the ASCII character of whatever character you put in here. And we're just checking if it's a capital set or a lowercase set. And we're going to return that using that formula that we got. Sorry about that work. So we can actually test this out. Control S. Let me test this out right now. I already tested it out, you see that, but I'm gonna test it out one more time. And we do get DCDA IQCV, which is the equivalent of shifting this by 2. So shift this by 2 is D, A is C, D, A, because shifting Y twice is A, Z, A. Anyways, it does work. Now, if you add like baby's goat, we're asking a question mark, and this should give you exactly the same thing. See, it gives you the very same thing, question mark. Now, let me show you the other way that people solve this. I'm bringing it in, don't worry. And this, I did not write this, but someone did. And this is a perfect example of like writing a 1437. That's, I don't even know. 20 lines of code, 27 or 23 lines of code, I think. Yeah. But this is the way they did it. So they're using this num modulus 26. Now this is again to get the loop around of the alphabet set. So if it's a Y, obviously Y is 24, so modulus 26, whatever. It's just a loop around, guys. Just remember that. It's the loop around. That's why they're using mod 26. They're doing a lowercase because they want to do everything lowercase. This is the part right here. This is probably most of you were thinking, creating an array of the ABCs. And they're going to store it. They're going to loop through the however long the lowercase string is, which is a string right here. So you're going to get the current letter of this lowercase string, the very first one. If current letter equals nothing, just return it and continue on with the iteration. So this continue actually it ignores all of this and continues on for the for loop. So it's going to loop again. If it's not this, it'll go down here. Now this is where it gets interesting. Let's see what he's doing. Current index equals alphabet.index of. So he's going to get the index of the current letter. So let's say the current, let me say is B right here. This B right here. Let's do lowercase since it's a lowercase. So lowercase b, which the current index is a 2 or a 1 actually, because 0, 1. So current index is going to be a 1. New index is going to equal 1 plus num. and num is the shifter that we added. So 1 plus 2 is 3. So new index is 3. So if new index is less than 25, which it is, so we're going to go through this first loop. We're going to do new index equals new index minus 26. So 3 minus 26 is 23. Okay. 23. I think I did that. Oh, wait. Sorry. If it's greater than 25, which is wrong. So we're going to this one. Since new index is 3, is less than. Wait, what? Hold on. Let me try to. Oh, I see. So this first one is checking if it's greater than 26. That means that we need a loop around. So that's why they're grabbing that. So yes, it's not greater than 26. If new index is less than 0, I honestly don't know what this is yet, but we're gonna skip that for now. If string I, so B, capital B, because he's getting the original string. Okay, so the original string, so it is a capital B, and he's gonna uppercase that string I B. So this is the original B, whatever this is, and then he's gonna grab that, the string I, and uppercase it. So he's checking if it's an uppercase or not. Okay, so he's checking if it's an uppercase. If it is, then we're going to grab that alphabet with the new index, which new index was 3. So 0, 1, 2, 3, which is a D, and uppercase it, which is correct because we're in here, right? Because it is uppercased, and it's going to upgrade it or uppercase it to uppercase D. So new string is uppercase D, so it's going to add it to the new string, so D. This actually does work. Oh wow. Let's actually try Y. Y is a loop around. Let's see if that works. So Y in the alphabet, he's doing it the way I told you, where 0 is A, 1 is B. So Y is actually 24. So num is 24, or 2 mod 26, which is still 2. Okay, there's a little craze. We know this. We know this. Okay, we know this, the loop, whatever. We don't really care about that. We just want to care about his logic. Current letter, okay, is lowercase string. Or current letter is going to say Y. So Y. And we're going to ignore that. We're going to go down here. We're going to get that index of, which is going to be 24. Okay, this is 24 right here. We're in here. So 24 plus num is 26. Okay. Now we're in 26. So this is the case. 26 is greater than 25. So we're going to get the new index. He's looping around right now. He's looping around. So 26 minus 26 is 0, which will give us an A, which is correct. And there is no if-else statement. Here's the else. Okay, yeah, so it's 20 is 0 right now. So new index, so he's going to go right here and say that alphabet is equal to, oh wait, it goes to this one right here. If this, do it, great. It goes on to the if, nope. You got to remember, the guys, that the code is sequential. So if it goes through this one, it's correct, but since he doesn't have an else, it'll just go to the next if. It'll check this one as well. It doesn't go straight down to this else. This else is actually binded to this if. So this is correct, so it's 0 right now. This is false. It'll skip that. It'll go right here. It's checking with uppercase, and that's false. So it'll go to this else and just give that alphabet new string, which is 0, A, and that is correct for Y. So this actually does work, guys. I'm actually pretty impressed the way he did it. But the point of you actually showing you this is because this right here is so much more simpler than this. I'm not bashing on his code. He actually wrote a pretty good code, and he did it in a way where you didn't have to use ASCII characters, and that's pretty cool. And he didn't even use a formula, which is pretty cool. I mean, If you didn't know about the formula, I'm pretty sure you would have figured it out. It's pretty easy without the formula, but if you had the formula, it makes it much more easier than what it already is. But yeah, I'll leave these two codes up here. This one I did not create. I don't know whose it is. I just got it from a random site, and I don't have a citation for that site. I need to look it up, and don't get mad if I don't have a citation in the description. Once I figure it out who it is, I will put a citation down below. But this one is pretty simple, guys. I recommend you learning how to do this. Please learn how to do it and don't memorize it. So that is it for this video, guys. I'm pretty sure I ranted enough. Thanks for watching. Consider subscribing. Like it if you liked it. Dislike it if you hated it. And leave a comment down below. Thank you guys for your time. And as always, I already said it, but as always, thank you guys so much for taking time out of your day to watch my videos. I really do appreciate it. So I will see you in the next video.